Hi, I'm Rebecca Greenfield, and
I'm Cassandra Zook.
we're here to tell you about Dusternuffle, which is releasing November 15th, and we are super excited about it. So we thought we would share some of that excitement and just kind of talk a little bit about the backstory and just stuff about it that we're excited about. So I'll let you go ahead and start, Cassie.
Okay, I have a couple questions I want to ask you. So I thought it would be fun to kind of know what inspired you to write the book and how it how it's kind of progressed from your first ideas to now having a book that's about to launch out into the wild.
Yes, I think that's part of the fun behind it, because this was an old book. I mean, it was like 17 years ago, I think, because I was about a junior, and I think you were a senior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wrote it just for fun, and I knew you were really good at art, and we went to the same church together. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask Cassie and see if she could just make this look cool. And I loved what you did, and it was just like a fun thing that we did kind of on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, my mom stored it, kind of thing. So
I know she told me that she keeps it in her safe. I thought that was so sweet.
She does. She's so sweet. She's like the biggest fan. But so then I started writing like in my adult life, and then this was something that I kind of just left in the background. And I remember my mom ringing up like, hey, are you going to do anything with this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do something maybe eventually. That would be kind of fun. That would be a good idea if we could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I did. And I thought, we really could maybe try to bring this to life and publish it. And so I reached out to you to see if you'd be interested in kind of collaborating again 17 years later. And,
I know.
And you were like totally up for it. And I was super excited. Like, I still remember that conversation and just how happy I was when I got off the phone that you were.
Oh, well, it was kind of like serendipitous, because I had decided this year, because I had homeschooled my kids up until now, and I'd kind of decided this year to try to like take my passion for illustration and design and like take it seriously. And so my kids went to school and I had like time, and then you called just about the same time, like just before they would have started school. And so it was like kind of amazing how everything kind of worked together.
That is amazing, because I didn't know that. I mean, I cold called you. I think I like had a message number, and I was just like, I don't know. I have a random question. So that's cool. I think that's kind of a God thing, He knew what you were doing. Oh, hi.
Sorry.
Yes, you can be part of it.
Yeah, that's.
So anyway, what are you excited about then most with the book? Like, what makes you?
What I am most excited I love the story, and I was most excited to just the whole process of working on it was exciting to me, and getting to do a children's book and make a story. Like, it was so much fun to work with you and kind of like catch your vision for what the book was and make what you thought like come to life. And I don't know if I tried to do that the best I could. And that I think just the process of creating it was like the most exciting part for me, because I didn't realize until I worked on this how much I like story and telling a story through like art and pictures and stuff.
I like, for people who haven't or thinking about buying it, like, I love Cassie's artwork, and it's just like it was like really good 17 years ago, and it's like amazing now. So like,
Thank you.
I really do. And I'd be talking with Chris, and I'm like, oh my goodness, she added this. This is so cool, and I love the creativity. Like, I would have never thought to do this, and I loved working with you. It's been such a joy.
Oh, good.
So like, hopefully we can keep collaborating, because I've really enjoyed it a lot, and I'm excited about how you've made it come to life. And I also want to thank you because you've been so kind about, like, you kept asking me about my vision, and I, like, it wasn't even a question I was thinking about, and you like would bring that to my attention, and I just felt really respected and like cared for.
Oh, good.
Like,
That's,
yeah, like,
yeah.
that meant a lot to me.
Well,
So,
good.
yeah. So I was happy about that. And I just hope this is like, I think one of the things I desire for this book is that people walk away feeling good afterwards and like feel, uplifted and joy filled, and like God is for them, and like you can love your neighbor and they love you too, and together we can like accomplish things, and I think that's my hope with this. And I feel like we've both been trying to like pour into that a little bit, through the process.
Yes, I think so too. I think you're right.
Yeah. Why do you think this book, I guess one of my questions when this leads into is, why do you think this book is so good or applicable for 2020?
Well, as like, when I first got your manuscript, I hadn't read it. Like when you sent me the original, I hadn't read it since, I remembered it like vividly, but I hadn't read it for like 16 years. And I kind of like, I remembered, but I had like kind of like forgotten about it. And so as I was doing the pictures and stuff, I really like, it kind of resonated with me, the story of, especially because as I'm working on this, there's all of these news stories about racism and how divided our country is, not just racially, but politically, and not just politically, but like economically and spiritually, with just all kinds of like, we're just divided on so many fronts. And as I was like working on your sweet little story and all of these pictures, I thought, how sweet is it that kids get to read a story about different people coming together, and like, especially like I was talking to my husband about like the spiders, and he was like, because he had mentioned how he wished the spiders were like more forefront, because the spiders like come to the aid of these people that they don't have to help, and they're very different from them. And so I don't know, I just think all of that is good and it's needed, especially like this book is like so good for young kids, and for us to be instilling those in them from the time they're very young, that like we need to help people and love our neighbor, even if they don't look like us or act like us, if they're completely different. And so I really like that the book is very much about loving your neighbor, because I think that is a story we need right now.
Thanks. That's encouraging. I find it like a God thing, because like I feel like it was like a story I wrote out of just creative fun, and like like I was picking 2020 to publish this, like this was on my radar like last year, and I'm like, oh yeah, like kind of just more of a logical progression of things, but like it's kind of like, I don't know, like God knew, like maybe these things, like I didn't even realize the themes that were in there, even though I wrote it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's just kind of, and now I'm seeing it because of where we're at right now culturally. And so I'm like, well, hopefully it's encouraging. And
yes. Yeah.
That's, I think, the hope and prayer. But anyway, thank you for taking time tonight, Cassie. And thank you for people who are possibly still watching. If you are,
Hopefully.
a double thank you. And thanks for anyone who's willing and able to support us. And you can pre-order your copy off of our websites. And my website is www.rebecca-greenfield.com. And Cassie, do you want to share?
Mine is my name, www.cassandrazook.com.
So thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.